After ChatGPT became popular, AI-related concept stocks soared wildly. In addition to the rising valuations of large model companies such as OpenAI and Claude, AMD and NVIDIA, which provide chips, have also benefited greatly. Among them, NVIDIA has built a moat of AI basic computing power with its early layout, and its market value has reached a crazy height of $3.6 trillion. The rapid development of generative AI has led to the crazy hoarding of chips by technology giants such as Microsoft, Google, and Meta, and has further increased the market value of TSMC, the world's largest chip foundry. TSMC's market value once exceeded the $1 trillion mark and remains at a high of $820 billion. It can be said that in the context of the unprecedentedly fierce technological war between China and the United States, generative AI and advanced process chips are hot areas for both sides to compete, and this is also an area where the United States rarely maintains a significant lead. The United States banned China's advanced lithography machine procurement channels through ASML in the Netherlands, stifling the development of China's chip foundries such as SMIC. At the same time, the United States controls TSMC and refuses to provide high-end chips to Chinese companies. These two huge disadvantages are completely irreversible for China in the short term. So, does this mean that the United States has won the technology war? My answer is just the opposite. If the Chinese government calms down, they should find it easy to find that generative AI, like the Star Wars plan, is just an old trick used by the Americans to lure the enemy into a trap. There is no need for China to compete with the United States for the gains and losses of every territory. China can adopt a follow-up strategy in the fields of AI and high-end chips to let the Americans invest heavily. We focus on increasing investment in visible and tangible fields such as electric vehicles, drones, robots, and new energy industries related to people's livelihood. Even if the United States wins the AI war, it still needs to transform AI into actual productivity, and it is difficult to bypass China, which has a strong manufacturing industry. Various AI pictures and videos swept YouTube and TikTok. However, 2 years have passed, and the various disruptive experiences that people expect have not appeared. Yes, ChatGPT speaks more humanely, and AI videos are closer to reality. But if you want to put them into actual production, you will find that GPT often makes serious common sense mistakes, like mentally retarded people, and AI videos can never solve the requirements of stability and consistency. They are still in the demo stage and are still quite far from practical. In fact, the disruptive technologies hyped by Americans over the years have not ultimately subverted human life, but have only harvested waves of leaks. These innovations only transfer the money of ordinary people to the pockets of so-called innovators, and they have not brought obvious progress to human society. For example, the hyped cryptocurrency and virtual reality, these concepts look familiar today? Virtual currencies such as Bitcoin, which threaten to subvert sovereign currencies, have become tools for crimes such as money laundering, gambling, and tax evasion. Virtual reality, which claims to subvert the real world, has been forgotten in the corner along with the dusty virtual headsets. So, when Americans were crazy about these concepts, what was China doing? China's Huawei has swept away competitors such as Nokia and Ericsson in the field of communication technology and has become the only overlord. China has defeated American concept innovation companies in the fields of humanoid robots and robot dogs. Its strong manufacturing advantages allow Chinese companies to quickly iterate products at 1/10 of the US price or even lower. China's TikTok, Temu, and other software innovation companies have also torn off the last fig leaf of Silicon Valley in the United States. The world is no longer dominated by the United States. It can be said that Reagan's Star Wars plan introduced the Soviet Union to compete with the United States in technology and industrial production efficiency, and defeated the Soviet Union through the United States' strong technology and manufacturing advantages. The current United States is taking the opposite path. It handed over its production efficiency advantage to China, and the generative AI industry it bet on is likely to be a huge bubble. The other advantage of the United States for survival, high-end chips, is actually in the hands of Taiwanese. TSMC's advantage is so great that even if it lies down for 5 years, the United States cannot catch up. When the United States has a comprehensive advantage, United States can force its allies to listen to it, but once China breaks through advanced chip manufacturing technology, the United States will face tremendous pressure to become a lonely country. The current market value of American companies such as NVIDIA is ridiculously high, but the AI industry must create real value for society in order to maintain a high market value. Transformer may not be the right answer to AI. The current various architectures and algorithms are difficult to solve the stability and consistency problems of generative AI in a short period of time. Once they are stuck in the embarrassing situation of making beautiful demos, but unable to apply them in practice for a long time, the technological confidence that the United States is most proud of will quickly collapse. What awaits them is a new technological revolution triggered by countless Chinese technology companies and an industrial tsunami that will suffocate them.